Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. It is me, the Millennial Investor 1914. I am here to deliver that delicious sauce. I got the sauce right here. If you don't know who I am the person that's going to help you in your journey. I am the wingman to help you in your journey of investing. Today, I have a video. We're going to break it down for the numbers. We're going to break it down brick by brick. And the title of this video is How to Invest with Only $250,000. You heard this correctly. This also could be a very important video for individuals. Shout out to the passport bros and individuals that want to retire outside the United States, but want to try to figure out a way how. One of the few ways for you to be able to retire early is to just have a high net worth for you to find a remote job, invest into some Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto, invest into stocks. But ultimately, you have to have your FI number, your financial independence number. If you have limited uh, debt, that helps. If you have a lot of savings and a lot of investments, that helps. If you have a remote job, whether it's customer service, being bilingual, YouTube channel, uh, what else? IT, it helps. Everything helps according to your goal of wanting to be a digital nomad and be able to retire abroad, rather it's living in Portugal, Brazil, Philippines, London, Jamaica. Hey, the world is your oyster. I'm just here to help you because I'm going to. I'm also currently implementing this right now while I'm investing into my portfolios and my businesses, etc. For today's video, the three funds that's very important that you need to understand is SMH, the Van Eck Semiconductor ETF. The reason why is because we're going to utilize this ETF to acquire the $250,000 outright, and then the two other funds that I'm going to bring in the back end. Well, three is going to be Jepi, which is a cover call ETF that pays monthly. QYLD. So this is Jepi. It costs $56.88, and it pays monthly. It's a cover call. QYLD is also a cover call, and this cover call has a dividend yield of around 11.59. It's great when you get around 12%. This pays monthly as well. And the problem is normally that when you invest into Jepi into QYLD, it pays you consistent distributions or dividends or however you want to. It pays you consistently, but the initial amount that you've invested typically will go down with the investment. It's not an investment that's going to appreciate uh, your money. It's really a lot of times if you invest $100 into QYLD in a 10-year, 15-year, 20-year span, you may, when you come back, your investment will most likely would be a lot less. It would be probably 90,000, 85,000. So it really kind of like depreciates like a car. But so you're like, Kader, why are you know, bringing up an example? First off, just say, hey, this video is for educational purposes only. This is not educational advice. This is just for us to go through a fun example, just to show you how to make money in the stock market and how to invest and retire with 250,000. And so just know that this video is for recreational purposes only, and only for just for a fun educational learning experience. Now let's go. So with SMH, it's a semiconductor ETF. For the past 5 years, SMAs have had a rate of return, produced rate of returns of $302. If you divide 302 divide by 5, you get roughly 60. But to be on the safe side, I did interest rate of return of 30. Now you saw that it's been producing 60, which is because due to the AI boom, Nvidia, Broadcom, AMD, all of these Applied Materials, KLAC, Lam Research, all these stocks and companies that I'm bringing up in the semiconductor space, and it's been booming because of the AI boom. So you start out with a $500 investment. You're going to be contributing $750 per month, $325 in your first check, $325 in your second check, and then if you can contribute more as in bonuses, your YouTube channel, uh, your side hustles, your secondary income, however else you getting child support, whatever you're doing, any extra money you're gonna be diving this in, you're gonna be putting this here. I did it for 30 years, but you ultimately going to want to do it so that when it hits $250,000, that's around year 8.5. Year 8.5, you have $250,000. So if you start out at 25 or you start at 30 and you go hard for at least 8.5 years, you can retire by 40. If you have a business and a side income and you're bringing in more money, you can contribute more money to this to hit your goal earlier than 8.5 years. Now let's go through the math. Here is the math of how to retire with $250,000. You have it took you 8.5 years to hit that $250,000. Jepi. So when you break down the math, if you so you have that $250,000. If you take half of that $250,000, which is $125,000, if you break it and if you was to put $75,000 into QYLD, $50,000 into Jepi. Currently, right now, Jepi costs $56.88. You will receive 879 shares of Jepi. If you were to put $75,000 into QYLD at a price of $17.79, you will receive 42,000 of for 4,215 shares of QYLD. You times it by the monthly dividend or distribution. Jepi will pay you roughly $263 per month, and QYLD will pay you if you times this times 0.18, 18 cents will produce $758.90. Now, you could have honestly just put the whole. You could honestly could have just put $100,000 into QYLD, and you would have hit your $1,000 per month goal. But the reason why I split this out is because it is great to be diversified. When you are planning retirement, you want your funds and you want your money to be as secure as possible. And so here's the issue, the problem with this though. Always got when you do videos like this, you have to understand the pros and the cons. The pros is that with this, you'll be able to retire a lot earlier compared to having a $1 million portfolio. That's what I have, with that has low yields and whatnot. But the crazy thing about it is that with this portfolio it's not going to appreciate. Like I said, since these are covered calls, whenever the stock market is a bull run, is going to be capped because of these cover calls. So a lot of the appreciation you're not going to receive. So you a lot this 50,000 was going to probably depreciate, and 75,000 probably depreciates as well. And so what's the next step? What's the goal? So right here, if you do 125,000, 75,000 QYLD, 50,000 into Jepi, you'll be receiving $1,000 per month to live off of, which is great. That's great if you want to live in Brazil, any city in Brazil, Jamaica, Central America, the Philippines, Thailand. You really the goal is if you can make at least $800 per month, you're golden. If you make more than $1,000, then you're cooking. And so imagine you're making $1,000 per month, and your Jepi and your QYLD is just taking care of your monthly bill. So that within that 1,000, I'm pretty sure you can find a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom plus all your utilities and all of your bills. You can pay for $1,000. Now the rest of your money is for you to live off of, meaning like maybe groceries or entertainment and the extra stuff. The extra, if you're an adult, you know the extra stuff that costs internet as well, right? And so remember, we took 125,000, we put it into Jepi, and we put it into QYLD. Now you're left with another $125,000. This is what you do with that. You keep that $125,000 and you put it into VOO, which is the S&P 500. When you put it in that, the S&P 500 tend to tends to produce and have a rate of return of at least 10 to 12%. And that's why we go through this exercise right here that Jepi and QYLD is going to pay you $1,000, $1,022 per month, just boom, clockwork. So that's going to go to your bills, your hard bills, and whatnot, and for you to live off of, right? So you're good. Then let's say you start out with $125,000 that's in VU, right? And let's say you take you need to live you need 12,000 to live off of. Now, if you need less than this amount, your money will begin to grow. And we go through this exercise. So let's say you need 12,000 to live off of. That 12,000 divided by 12 months is $1,000 per month. So that's basically you have $1,000 going to your rent and all these other bills. Then now you have another 1,000 right here, as you see, to play off of. That's extra money. That's the extra 1,000 for if you need and when you live in these countries, you don't even need that much. You probably only need to live off probably 1,500 a month. But right here, I'm giving you a way for you to live 2,000 a month, right? Now, let's say you really only need 10,000 a year extra, right? So right here, if you go right here and you do 10,000, it's this right here. It changes, and then all you really got to do is just drag this down. But right here with these numbers, if you needed $12,000 extra, right? That initial 125,000 minus 12,000 gets you a net income of $113,000. But then it's in the market, it's in S&P 500. So this $113,000 at the end of the year will grow 10 to 12%. So it will grow to $126,000. That's year one. Now you go into the end of year two. Mind you, this is if you need 12,000 to live off of. But mind you, you may not spend, and that's the great thing about this. You may not spend all 12,000. You may only spend 8,000 because remember up here, Jepi, the 125,000 that you put into Jepi and QYLD, you're gonna be getting paid $1,022 every month, clockwork. And so then also the money that's 125,000 that you got into VU, that's going to counteract the portion of what you're saying that because Jepi and QYLD has a cap within its growth, and so it may is going to lose. It will probably was going to lose capital, but with your money into VU is going to grow, and so right then and there, let's say first year you have $1,000 right here that's going to bills and all this. Now you like, man, I live in Cadera, I live in the Philippines, or Cadera, I live in Rio, right? And let's say you live in Rio de Janeiro, and you use this $1,022 to pay for a 2-bedroom in Copacabana, right? So then now all you got to really and with your rent and everything that goes for your rent, trash, internet, and all this and that. So then the other things you really only have to really worry about is probably like transportation, food, and entertainment. $1,000 is really when you because this is $1,000 USD. When you convert this money into the country's currency, then you get a way more bang for your buck. See what I'm saying? $1,000 extra play money converted to Brazilian real or Philippine dollars or Colombian dollars or whatever is going to come out way more. So in the first year, you may spend $12,000, but then the second year, you may only spend $8,000 because you got $2,000 left over from the prior year, and then the next year, instead of $12,000, you may only need to spend $10,000. So as you see, you can continue to use this, but right here, your money right here on this column, because your money is in the S&P 500, as you see right here, it's going to continue to grow. You see. You're gonna budget how much you need. You're gonna budget over here how much you need to take out for that year, and then right here your money in the S&P 500, as long as it's less than $12,000, as long as it's 12,000 or less, your money is going to continue to grow. As you see right here, your money is going to continue to grow. It's going to grow and surpass inflation, 3%, 3.5%, 4%. So as you see right here, you started out with $125,000. You take out 12,000. Boom. At the end of year one, you at $126,000. So your money actually kind of leveled off right here, right? So then you only need $8,000 for the second year because you still got a surplus. Boom. Guess what? Your money just grew from 126,000 to 132, then 137. So by at a year 10, you are still getting paid $1,000 per month with your QYD and Jepi investment right there, solid investment, and your money in the SP 500 is continuing to grow, and also you having an extra $8,000 to $10,000 that you are able to, take out. So that if you need by year 5, if you need to do $14,000, see you can do it. Your money will still grow, but it will just grow at a lesser pace. And right then and there, that $1,000 right here that you get from Jepi and QRD, and the $1,000 that you get per month from your $12,000 yearly investment equates out to you having $2,000 and per month and just passive income, and that's how you are able to retire off of $250,000. That's the plan. End up with $250,000 by investing to SMH. Takes 8.5 years. Take $125,000, put into QYLD, and split between QYLD and Jepi, and then put the other $125,000 into VU, and then from the first year, take between $10,000 to $12,000, and then keep the rest in VU for it to grow, and then and then just budget. And then as you see right here, then you budget, then you revisit what your money look at the end of the market, and then you can see if you need to take more or less. And a lot of times, with the conversion between USD to the foreign currencies, you're not gonna need that much. So hopefully you guys learned something and learned a lot with this video and how to retire with $250,000. I put in a lot of work in these equations, and I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.